Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with a topic, criticisms of individualistic theory. Criticisms of individualistic theory. It is found in Pol.Sc first year, political science, and the name of the paper is Foundations of Politics and Indian Government. But before I discuss criticisms of individualistic theory, I want to inform my viewers that my channel name is Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. In this channel, political science videos of Pol.Sc first year and Pol.Sc second year are found both in English and Odia. And so far as Pol.Sc level is concerned, political science honors videos are found from Pol.Sc first semester to second semester, which are on the basis of National Education Policy 2020. Then political science honors videos and ethics and values videos are found from Pol.Sc third semester to sixth semester. And environmental studies videos of Pol.Sc first semester are found in this channel. So I want to inform my viewers that any video you want on any topic, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in Google or YouTube. You'll get both English and Odia videos if videos are available in the channel. Let us start. Criticisms of individualistic theory. Individualistic theory is a very popular theory, but it has some weak points for which it has been criticized in following ways. Individualistic theory is a very popular theory in the society, but it has some weak points for which it has been criticized. So, what are the weak points of individualistic theory for which it has been criticized? Number one, criticisms of individualistic theory. Number one, state is not an evil institution. According to individualistic theory, state is an evil institution. But according to critics, state is not an evil institution. Rather, state is a good institution. So the first criticism of individualistic theory is that state is not an evil institution. Individualistic theory speaks that state is an evil institution. But critics view that state is not an evil institution. State comes into existence for the sake of good life and it continues to exist for the sake of good life. So the first criticism of individualistic theory is that individualistic theory speaks that state is an evil institution. But critics view that state is not an evil institution, rather state is a good institution. The state exists for the sake of good life and it continues to exist for the sake of good life. This is the first criticism of individualistic theory. The second criticism of individualistic theory is individual is not always the best judge of self-interest. Individualists view that each and every individual is the best judge of his own interest. But critics view that it is not true. All individuals are not so intelligent as to know what is good for them. Sometimes individuals cannot calculate his interest correctly. Gardner observed that in every country there are ignorant people who cannot take precautions against dangerous aid. The second criticism of individualistic theory is that individualistic theory speaks that man is the best judge of himself. Man, every individual can take correct decision for himself. He knows what is good for them. But critics view that all individuals are not so intelligent as to know what is good for them. But critics view that individualist theory speaks that all individuals are the best judge of themselves. They know what is good for them and what is bad for them. They can take correct decision for themselves. But according to critics, all individuals are not so intelligent as to know what is good for them. Critics point out that all individuals are not so intelligent to take decision what is good for them. Sometimes individuals cannot calculate his interest correctly. Sometimes individual cannot calculate his interest correctly. Garner observed that in every country there are ignorant people who cannot take precautions against danger ahead. So second criticism of individualistic theory is that individualist theory speaks that all individuals are best judges of themselves. They can take correct decision for themselves. But according to critics, it is not correct. All individuals are not able to take correct decisions for themselves. All individuals are not so intelligent to take correct decision for themselves. So Garner said, in every country there are ignorant people who cannot take precautions against dangers ahead. So individualistic theory is criticized because individualistic theory speaks that all individuals are the best judges of themselves. But according to critics, it is not correct. All individuals cannot take correct decision for themselves. In every country there are ignorant people who cannot take precautions against danger ahead. Another criticism of individualist theory is that free competition is harmful. Individualistic theory speaks that free competition is good. But according to critics, free competition is harmful. Individualist view for free competition. But critics view that free competition lead to economic inequality, exploitation of workers. Individualist theory speaks that free competition is good. But critics view that free competition is harmful because free competition lead to economic inequality, exploitation of workers. In addition to that, free competition can be a source of miseries, ill health and hunger for the weaker section of society. So individualist theory speaks that free competition is good. But according to critics, free competition is harmful. It will lead to inequality, it will lead to economic inequality, exploitation of workers. Again, it can be a source of miseries, ill health, hunger for the weaker section of the society. Then the fourth criticism of individualist theory is that survival of the fittest is dangerous. Individualistic theory speaks that there must be survival of fittest. Who are fittest, they will survive. But according to critics, it is a dangerous principle. Individualists believe in the principle of survival of fittest. Individualist theory believes in the survival of fittest. But critics view that it is a dangerous principle. It can create the condition of jungle where stronger animal consider weaker animal as their food. This principle is cruel and inhuman. Another criticism of individualistic theory is that individualistic theory speaks that survival of fittest must be the principle. But according to critics, survival of fittest is a dangerous principle because it can create the condition of a jungle where stronger animal consider weaker animal as their food. This principle is cruel and inhuman. Another criticism of individualist theory is law and liberty are not antithetical. The individualistic theory speaks that law and liberty are antithetical. They are opposite to each other. But according to critics, law and liberty are not antithetical. Individualists believe that any extension of functions of state leads to corresponding curtailment of individual liberty. Individualistic theory speaks law and liberty are antithetical because any extension of functions of state lead to corresponding curtailment of individual liberty. This is an erroneous idea because law and liberty are not antithetical. State is not hostile to individual liberty. Liberty and rights thrive under the protection of law of the state. Another criticism of individualist theory is that individualist theory speaks that law and liberty are antithetical. They are opposing to one another, because the extension of state activity will lead to corresponding curtailment of liberty of people. It means if power of state will increase, the liberty of people will be in danger. But according to critics, it is a wrong idea, because law and liberty are not antithetical. State is not hostile to individual liberty. Law and rights thrive under the protection of the state. So, individual theory speaks, law and liberty are antithetical, but according to critics, they are not antithetical. Law and liberty will be safe under the state. Another criticism of individualist theory is that relationship between individual and state is not antithetical. Individualist theory speaks that state and individual are antithetical. The relationship between state and individual are antithetical. But according to critics, the relationship between state and individual are not antithetical. Individualism wrongly think that a relationship between the state and individual are antithetical. Individualist theory wrongly believe that relationship between state and individual are antithetical. But critics view that individualistic theory, individualism, wrongly speaks that relationship between state and individual are antithetical. Individualism speaks relationship between state and individual are antithetical. But critics view that it is a wrong idea. State always try to think and act for the welfare of people. State is always try to act and think for the welfare of people. So individuality theory speaks that relationship between state and individual are antithetical. State and individual are opposite to each other. What according to critics, the relationship between state and individual are not antithetical. State always think and act for the welfare of people. So in this video we discussed criticisms of individualistic theory. So I request my viewers to subscribe the channel so new videos will come to you, and aware of your friends, maybe a +2 and +3 about this channel, so some students will be benefited. I have already told you, a little help to anybody is a great help for others. Thank you. Have a good day.